Hey, welcome to Money and Margaritas. I'm Ryan Conrad. Today we're going to be doing a Q&A and I will be answering some of the questions that you have brought to me. And yeah, we'll be hopping right in that. But before we do, let's take a quick break and go to our sponsor.
Try the new Golden Margarita, available at your local Costco store.
All right, so the first question is ideas to compromise with your partner on finances and both win. Definitely something you do want to do is compromise with your partner. Make sure that, you give and take a little bit, and if there's something that one spouse really wants, my advice is to try to keep things even. So pocket money is important in a budget, right? We get a little bit of pocket money, but let's say that it's not enough. One example of that for me is I wanted a mountain bike. And a mountain bike, for the one that I particularly wanted, let's say it was $1,000. Basically what we would do is if I was going to go purchase that, then Alma would get the equal amount of money so that she could purchase something that she wants. Now, she might not actually want anything at $1,000 right now, but she has the opportunity to. And so what that did for us is that if I was considering spending the $1,000, it basically did make it cost $2,000, right? Because she was going to get $1,000 and I would get $1,000. But it really made me evaluate my purchase, and it was kind of like a checks and balances kind of thing. So it kept it fair. It was a compromise, so I still got to get the item that I thought was important, and it was kind of a win for both of us. All right. The next question we've got is, what made you start the debt-free journey, and how did you find out about Dave Ramsey? I love that question. About June of 2014, I learned about Dave Ramsey. Basically what had prompted me to begin is I was maxed out on my credit card. I owed about $7,800 out of $8,000 on one credit card. I was really feeling broke. I pretty much had chest pains because of how broke I was. I didn't really pinpoint it to finances, but I was definitely very stressed out. I had some dental work that needed to be done, and I didn't have enough room to put that bill on my credit card, and that was like a wake-up call for me. And so it was kind of like you got to hit rock bottom or basically be sick and tired of being broke all the time. It would be the dental bills that kind of kicked me into motivated to pay off debt. And how did I find out about Dave Ramsey? That was actually a customer of mine in the insurance business that told me about Dave Ramsey. I don't know how the conversation was sparked, but it's been about 5 years since we first learned, and I still thank that customer for letting me know who Dave Ramsey was and kind of leading me down that path. All right, so the next question I've got is, what are yours and Alma's biggest money disagreements, and how do you tackle them? All right, so I had to think about this one a little bit. The biggest money disagreements that I can come up with, and we're pretty in line with everything, but there's two. One is giving. Alma is a very generous person. She's very giving, and she just loves helping people out. And that is something that I've always wanted to do, but I wasn't as good at it as she was. I wasn't as intentional as I could have been. And so the way that we made that better was adding it to our budget. That helped tremendously because it changed my heart of giving, because when I would not plan for it, it would feel really bad when I wasn't a joyful giver, as they say. It felt really terrible, but when it's budgeted for and then we give, it's no problem. It doesn't affect me at all emotionally, and I'm really happy to do it. It feels good. Everything is great. So that was definitely a tip that I love sharing with people. Definitely budget giving into your monthly budget instead of doing it just kind of randomly. I really like having a category for it, whether it be a sinking fund or something like that. I think that really helps. The other category is motorcycles. Anyone who knows me pretty well knows I've had about 5 motorcycles in the last 5 years. I love motorcycles. I grew up on them since I was 7 years old, and it will always be a part of my life. I love them, but that was something that was really hard with Alma, and she did not understand why I kept needing a new motorcycle. The way that we deal with that was basically me kind of rationalizing that Alma has a car that's worth, let's say, $13,000, and I have a car that's worth $4,700, and I kind of fill in that gap so that we're kind of both equal with a motorcycle. And usually when I do have a motorcycle and I sell it, I don't lose a lot of money. I do lose some money, but I don't lose a lot of money. And so, yeah, I switch through motorcycles, but basically, you know, it's just a matter of kind of keeping our vehicle cost about equal. So I enjoy it. It brings me a lot of happiness, and that's kind of how we get through that. All right, the next one, I wouldn't say it's a question, but it was on the questions, and it's investing for dummies. And I do want to respond to it. You know, investing is weird because, you know, there's so many ways to invest. I mean, look, we can invest in ourselves in books. We can invest in our relationships. We can invest in stocks. We can invest in, you know, houses, real estate, and all that kind of stuff. The part that I want to add here is that investing is something that you need to learn. Don't rely on a financial planner to teach you investing. You know, don't rely on, you know, your friend's uncle who, you know, really knows it. Like, you need to learn whatever it is that you're going to invest in really, really well. You need to become an expert in whatever you're investing. So don't rely on other people for their education, but instead, you know, become educated and invest. And know that all investing does come with risk, but the most riskiest investment is not investing. So definitely learn investing and become educated and invest, and you'll be just fine. All right, and that's all for today's Q&A. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel for more videos to come. Thank you.